Pickles the Guy here, Jamaican YouTuber. Welcome back to my channel. Now, you might hear it in my voice. I'm not at 100%. I am actually trying to recover from a cold, and that's why I haven't been putting out as much videos. But if you have been under a rock or you haven't been hearing what's going on in Japan, it has been a wild weekend. Since Halloween weekend in Japan. Yeah, but I'm going to discuss it in much more detail on my live show on Sunday. We're back on Sunday live, YouTube live, PDG Talks on Sunday. So come through if you have any time. Sunday GST time at 10 p.m. Well, 9:30 p.m. What time is it? At 9, yeah, at 9 p.m. I think, yeah. So yeah, check that out. 9 or 10 p.m. I let you guys know. I can't remember right now. My head not working right. Um, People, do we often miss the point? Recently, I realized that a lot of persons were missing the point, but we can get to that. Now, this gentleman, if he can be considered, the first thing when I heard about this disaster that happened, this incident that took place on the KO line, the first reports came through that the man was attacking people with the knives, and then he set fire to one of the train cars inside. Upon further review and later reports said that this guy had acid and gasoline fluid along with the knife. So he injured about 20 people were injured, they said. People were running for their lives, of which they should be. Uh, my first thought when this thing came through, when I said it to Robbie, my first thing is, I hope he's not a foreigner. And my second thought was, I hope he's not a black man, which it should be actually the other way around. But why I say this is because there is a narrative that would be posited or further supported that foreigners are nothing but disruptive forces here in Japan. And we do not contribute to society meaningfully, and we are dangerous and that sort of thing. So in that regard, I'm glad that it wasn't a foreigner or a black man, and a Jamaican. Because why couldn't manage that shame. But there's several questions that we need to ask. I don't know how easy it is to access caustic soda or acid, because that is dangerous. Like in the UK, the acid and knife thing is no joke, right? It has happened a couple times in Jamaica, acid attacks. And so I'm painting the full picture here because I want you guys to know the truth, the reality, the full thing, a wholesome picture, a holistic view of it, right? I do hope that Japan. It also speaks to the issue of mental health, because after doing that, the guy sat down and was smoking a cigarette and crossed his legs. That's cut 10. Like, yeah, this is a Sunday afternoon, which actually it was the Sunday afternoon. Hmm. Evening. I don't know if it was paying homage to, or homage. What I can't speak English. It was paying homage to the Joker character, but then I mean, the Master of Chaos. I don't know. I really, I'm just glad that no one I know, at least for now, got hurt. And I do apologize or do extend well wishes to those who may have been injured and affected by this traumatic experience. Because you can imagine somebody running with you with a Joker costume with a knife, and I said, oh, you think Halloween is a joke, and then you see actual acid thrown on you, your actual skin burning. Acid is very dangerous, people. Um, hmm. And it took a while for police to come on the scene. Now, from what I know about police, when they're called on foreigners, they are quite quick. So I don't know if they had the right motivation to get down there to the train. Probably with a train station and have to negotiate with the train staff to get in past the barrier. The whole process thing in Japan. Especially when it's an emergency, they like to observe the protocol, because there's no precedent for certain things to happen. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. But I do hope the mental health gets the attention it needs here in Japan, because they tend to overlook it or not treat it as something important. The state of the workers, the working situation here in Japan for many persons. They have really dire work circumstances, or the culture is they have to work, and so you know vacation and getting that sort of leave is not something that is really like, a thing. Uh, and just to be totally honest, black persons in general never viewed mental health as anything serious. They thought it was something that, dare I say, only white people would experience or recognize. But all of us have mental health. All of us have a brain, so we need to take care of our mental health. Uh, I have seen how, especially because I work with children, and I see how they just, I know they want their kids to feel as normal as possible, but not all kids learn the same, and some kids, because of their um, mental health issues, like ADHD or dyslexia, is that a mental health issue? Is it a learning disability? All right. Well, disabilities in general, like learning obstacles, things that make their children not able to learn the way that Japanese children learn, or children in general receive information and process information. They don't really want to let anyone stick out. Everybody wants to treat it the same way, which is not the case, which should not be the case, you know. So I find that I end up teaching a lot of kids that have mental issues in the classroom, and it is hard to maintain some level of order with them there. But you have to do what you have to do. If they give you a basket to carry water, you have to do that. So that's that on that. So I do hope the persons, I hope everybody's okay and came out as what's going to happen, because usually if there's a delay with the train, the person who's responsible for that delay like has to, the family or that person has to compensate the train company for the time. It's a crazy thing over here, right? Yeah. So that's that on that. Then most recently, the Princess Mako from the royal family decided to marry a commoner. Wow. Did I just manifest a royal Japanese person marrying a foreigner? Dear God, the vitriol that would be attributed to that person, the banishment she would have gotten. If she wanted to be serious and upset the apple cart, she should have married a foreigner. And as a matter of fact, a foreigner that was not white. That would have blown the royal family, the Imperial Selassie, no, the Imperial Emperor Tenno Sama, out of his proverbial house, or his house. I mean, that would shake up everything. You know what I mean? More and more you see that Japan is changing and moving away from some of its more archaic practices and principles. A lot slower than most people anticipated, but there's some change happening. And the fact that she married her commoner, they call him a commoner boyfriend, because he's not royalty. It's just something that comes out of a fairy tale. That doesn't usually happen. And apparently they're making fun of his ponytail, which is another thing. We're not going to get into that. But I'm just looking at how Japan, for me, I've been here for 7 years, and it is slowly changing over time. And with that, you can't even be too mad about, right? Like, wow, this man is marrying this royal girl. And she has to cut off all her ties. I don't know about the inherit. I think she cut off an inheritance. I think money is a big deal here in Japan, anywhere in the world. And to cut off a family for that man, boy, that man must be, man, that man must have the bombest egg roll. To know. That man must be, man, that man must know his way around sushi. That man must can make some blood fire tea, because she is willing to give up all that moolah for him. That this is love, or the greatest rebellion of all time. The greatest rebellion in Japanese history. Going against the tradition. You know, it's a big deal in Japan. It's a real big deal. So the aristocrats are up in arms. I presume they weren't too happy about it. The media, of course, playing into that narrative as well. I can imagine how much scrutiny that guy had to go under. I can imagine that because jeez, whew, to live up to all that pressure and to pass all those tests, and imagine if he didn't bow at the right angle. People, there's so many things in this Japanese culture that I don't think you guys understand. Foreigners get away with a lot. Like, for instance, how to greet people, how to speak to people. There are 3 levels of keigo, 3 levels of Japanese hogen, 3 levels of polite Japanese. The one where there's the language of speaking of speaking towards a senior, someone who's above you. There's one to speaking to someone that's at the same level, and there's one that's speaking to someone that is a customer. People, it is a whole complicated, intricate system, and if you get one thing wrong, they'll hold it to you. Can you imagine if you held these chopsticks wrong or didn't know the difference between salmon and tuna? Like he didn't know how to properly prepare things, he didn't know how to properly sit down, he didn't know how to like make tea or to have good taste in food, or if he didn't like natto or something that the royal family might hold dear that he might be indifferent to. That could have been a potential obstacle, but I'm going to follow this couple. Like, hopefully, I can get to follow them and see what is going on, if they will last. I hope they last. I pray that they last. I mean, because it would be sad that they break up and then she, would have lost all of that fun, a chance at love. How many of you would give up your royalty, your riches, inheritances for somebody to love, to marry someone who is less than that? Not saying that they're poor, but they don't match up to your parents or your family standards of wealth and security. And that financial security also brings with it some emotional security as well, and mental health, a peace of mind, knowing that you don't have to want for anything, and you take up this guy. If she wants to shake this thing up, she should have married a black man. Yeah, a black foreigner. That's what she should have done. You'd have seen the headlines being written, a Jamaican man marrying a Japanese princess. That would have been the best thing ever. Japan would be even further invested in Jamaica because they love our reggae music a bit too much. They love our food. And yeah, they love our coffee. Japan loves coffee, and Jamaican coffee is among the best in the world, if not the best. Fight me on that. Do your research. So yeah, that's what's been going on. For me, I've been working on some music. Hopefully this could be the banger, guys. This could be the actual banger. So we're gonna work on that and try to get it out to you before the end of November. If you want me to cover any topics, let me know in the comments down below. Don't want to make this PDG cast a bit too long. Just want it to be nice and you know what I'm with that. You know what I'm speaking about. And also, guys, we do have the mask. More merch. We have the mask. Okay. Show got a mask. I saw you go. Please, guys, cop the merch there. Can you see it? Shogunai. I saw it go. That's Jamaican for what Shogunai is. So you can't be helped. But please, guys, cop the merch. Cop the merch. Cop the merch. I saw it go. Alright. Cop the merch. Support the channel. Get the mask. There's the pullovers. We got shirts. Support the channel. Okay, big up to my patrons, all of you. Love you for staying with me. And if you want to join PDG Nation, there's a link down below. You get more exclusive content. You get the content quicker than everybody else. And actually, they're supposed to get a special live show, actually, regardless of what's happening outside in the real world. All right? Pick is a guy, Jamaican YouTuber. I love you. Oh, you want to hear it? I can give you a preview of the new song. This is just a small preview. Small. Yeah, man, this is right. Say she want love, yeah, more respect. That's why the man get vexed. Say she want love, yeah, no more stress. That's why the man turn X. Say she want love, yeah, more respect. That's why the man get vexed. Say she want love. Say she want love. Alright, the girl let me and she with me yesterday. I'm in file, but she want check the resume. Wheel it up. Okay, and also I'm at the event on Saturday at Shibuya Party Hard Saturdays. That is on Saturday, November. What's that? November 6th, Party Hard. That's tomorrow. In Shibuya Club Asia, women 1,000 yen, men 2,000 yen at the door. Come through. Me and Robbie from me and DJ He Hotter Vibes So Dre Amazing will be there. All right, because the guy is a Jamaican YouTuber. Iki Mashow, I'm outie.